They are some of the most vulnerable people in our society.
And yet parents claim bureaucracy is making it more difficult to care for their developmentally disabled children. 41 Action News investigator Andy Alcock has our exclusive story.
Are you coming up the stairs?
Yes, I am.
It's an everyday challenge for Kelsey Mack to get around her Blue Springs house.
Keep coming. You're doing great.
Kelsey was born prematurely. She has numerous medical problems and has lived through 54 surgeries.
They didn't think she'd live 3 months. And so she's 42, and the doctors say, well, that's because of you.
What makes you happy in your life, Kelsey?
You love.
People like Kelsey qualify for what's called a comprehensive Medicaid waiver. Missouri's Division of Developmental Disabilities administers that combination of state and federal money to provide around-the-clock care.
Typically, we want people to stay in their homes as long as they can, and we want to make sure we give them as much support as we can so that they can remain in their homes.
But Kelsey's mom, Diane Mack, says she's been in a decades-long battle with the state of Missouri to get the necessary funding to keep Kelsey at home. Even getting a new walker for her has been a challenge.
Okay, keep coming.
Kelsey's currently using one cobbled together with old parts.
There shouldn't be 60 to 70 to 80-year-old parents wondering if their child's on a waiver, has any funding or a program.
Kelsey Mack's living situation is far more the exception than the norm. According to records we obtained here at the state capitol in Jefferson City, far more Missourians with developmental disabilities live in small group homes than with their families. And those same records show those small group homes are far more expensive in both Missouri and Kansas than family living with outside help.
That's not really a model of care that we push, and we're not growing that model of care either.
While Missouri is moving away from group homes, the state is relying more heavily on what's called individualized supported living, or ISLs. It's a way for some developmentally disabled people to live outside the home with varying degrees of support. But it's expensive. State records show the average cost for an ISL client for a year is over $103,000, while a self-directed or in-home client averages less than $21,000, or a fifth of the cost.
We like to go for a car ride. Car ride, yeah.
Lori Latta has also battled with the state of Missouri to keep her son Jeff home. Several years ago, the state was able to get a court order to take Jeff out of his home without Lori being able to reply. For 4 years, Jeff was institutionalized and heavily medicated before Lori was able to get him back.
I don't understand why after 4 years, when he walked and talked and said 200 words, when he went in, he came home in diapers in a wheelchair.
But getting him home presented a new problem. Lori had to fight the state to get Jeff's caretakers paid after 5 months without paychecks, even though Lori estimates she saved Missouri $500,000 in Jeff's care the last 5 years by having him home instead of an institution.
We're having to battle to just giving the quality of life that's really saving the taxpayer money.
Why do Lori Latta and Diane Mack want to keep their adult children at home? In part because of concerns about quality of care outside the home. In the 5-year period from 2014 through 18, state of Missouri records show 1,253 reports of physical, verbal, or sexual assault against developmentally disabled people.
We talk about it a lot so we can make sure that people understand you've got a responsibility to report it if you see it.
You know, of course you're more comfortable in your own home environment than you would be in an institution.
Do you like living here?
Oh, yes, I do.
Do you feel loved?
Oh, yes, I do.
While Diane Mack and Lori Latta acknowledge not every parent can keep developmentally disabled children at home, they believe Missouri could do a better job of helping parents who want that option. I'm investigator Andy Alcock, 41 Action News.
Wow. For more details on how both Missouri and Kansas spend money taking care of the developmentally disabled, visit our website, kshb.com.